everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea and today I'm going to show you how to make 3 types of flatbreads which are served throughout South Asia. So the first one that I'm going to present to you is called as Naan. I think everybody knows about Naan because it's so famous that it's served all over the world. So Naan is a super nice flatbread. It's my favorite type of flatbread, and today I'm going to show you how to make super fluffy and puffed up naans which are just gonna melt in your mouth. They're so good. So let's get started.
For this recipe, we're gonna need 250 grams of all-purpose flour, half a cup of milk, half a cup of water, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 tablespoons of nigella seeds. I'm gonna start by heating the milk. I'm gonna bring it close to the boiling point, but I'm not gonna boil it. So I have heated the milk. You can see that it's nice and steamy. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate the baking powder into the milk, and we're gonna mix it until the bubbles will start to appear. This will create a lot of steam in our naans and it will make them nice and fluffy. So this is how the milk should look like, all nice and bubbly. I'm gonna leave it aside. Now I'm gonna start preparing the naan. I'm gonna add some salt as per my taste, the baking soda, and I'm gonna start adding the milk, incorporate it, and then gradually the water. We don't want to knead it too much, just knead it enough to form a dough, a ball, because we don't want to develop the gluten. Keep kneading. So my dough is ready. This is how it should look like. It has formed a ball. So now I'm gonna leave it to rest for at least 2 hours. This is the secret to get super nice and fluffy naans. So after 2 hours, my dough looks like this. I'm gonna cut it into 4, and I'm gonna start rolling them out, each and every one of them. And I'm gonna add some nigella seeds, press them into the naan, and now I'm gonna start cooking them. So in a hot pan, I have added the naan. You can see that the bubbles started forming. So the moment you have bubbles all over the place, then it's the time to flip it over. So it's gonna take for about 1 or 2 minutes on each side. And then I'm gonna flip it again to show you how they're gonna puff up. So this one didn't puff up that much, but the next one will. So the secret for puffing up is, first of all, you need to let the dough rest. And second of all, you need to roll them out evenly. So don't roll them thicker in a corner and thinner in the other corner. So you can see how this one has puffed up so nicely. And just make sure that you wait for those 2 hours and just roll them out evenly. Those are the 2 secrets for perfect naans. So my naan is ready. I have served it with butter and garlic. That's my favorite. Just look at the texture. It's so soft and fluffy and awesome. I just love it. So the next flatbread that I'm going to present to you is called as paratha and is served throughout India and other countries from South Asia as well. It's super delicious. It has a lot of layers and is super crisp and nice. So let's get started. For this recipe, we're gonna need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 tablespoons of semolina, 1 teaspoon of salt, and about 200 milliliters of water. You might want to need less or more depending upon the flour. I'm gonna start by mixing the flours together with the semolina and the salt, and then I'm gonna gradually start adding the water until a soft dough is formed. So again, you don't need to knead it too much, just until the moment a soft dough is formed. We don't want to develop the gluten again. So my dough is almost ready. I'm just gonna form it into a ball now, like this. And I'm gonna let it rest for about 20 minutes. If you want, you can substitute the whole wheat flour with all-purpose flour, that's fine as well. My dough has rested for 20 minutes. Now I'm gonna divide it into 4, and I'm gonna start rolling out each and every piece into a very thin circle. I'm just gonna flour the surface with a little bit of flour. I'm gonna roll it out pretty thinly, I would say, because we need to create those layers. So for that, we need to roll it out in a thin circle like this. And now I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of ghee. If you don't have ghee, you can use melted butter. And now I'm just gonna fold it like a paper fan, just like this. This is gonna create the layers. I'm just gonna stretch it a little. And now I'm gonna roll it like this. Just press it a little, and that's it. This is our paratha. And I'm gonna do the same with the other ones as well. My parathas are ready, so now I'm just gonna let them rest for about 15 minutes. Then we're gonna start rolling them out and cooking them. So the 15 minutes are up. Now I'm gonna start preparing the parathas. I'm just gonna roll them out in a circular motion so that they will be as round as possible. I'm just gonna cook them for about 2 or 3 minutes on each side. Make sure you flip them constantly. So now they're ready. Just listen to the crunch and to the crisp. And look at those layers. It's just so awesome. It's my favorite flatbread. Really worth trying. So the last flatbread that we're gonna prepare today is called as chapati or roti. It is served throughout entire South Asia, especially India. So let's go ahead and get started. For this recipe, we're going to need 200 grams of whole wheat flour, about 50 milliliters to 100 milliliters of water, depends on the flour, and 1 teaspoon of ghee. I'm gonna start by adding some salt to the flour as per your taste, and then I'm gonna gradually add the water. And I almost forgot about the ghee, so make sure you add the ghee as well. That gives a really nice taste. You can substitute that with butter as well if you don't have ghee. I'm just gonna mix it until I get a soft dough again. We don't want to develop the gluten, just to mix it enough to form a soft ball like this. So I'm just gonna let it rest for about 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, it looks like this. I have shaped them. So I have 3 rotis in total. Now I'm gonna start rolling them out. Make sure you don't roll them too thin, because if you roll them too thin, then they won't puff up. So they should be evenly rolled out. So I have cut it in the circle now, and it's ready to be cooked. So I'm gonna cook it in a hot pan. You can see that it's puffing up. And now my rotis are ready. They look like this. They are super soft and delicious, and you can use them with any Indian dish or South Asian dish.
So that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed the video and that you're gonna try the recipes as well. Please subscribe to my channel if you found this video useful, and see you next time. Bye bye.